Hello folks, this is ICT with a market review for September 4th. We're going to be going into a new week. I'm going to quickly go over what was seen last week and give you an idea of what I anticipate going into the new week starting September 5th, 2016. Okay, you can see on the daily chart we still have this area of liquidity right above here. So we have stops resting above that. We come down here into this big range candle here just a little bit on non-farm payroll Friday. We rejected that. Just as a quick recap, this was the level we talked about during that presentation, the live recording. We were looking for that 95.20, 95.25 level to be hit, and it was based on this bullish order block right here, based on the last run away from smaller consolidation, last down move right before the big run up, thin liquidity in here. Hit it rather handsomely and then came off and came back and cleared off the stops here. Came back up to ultimately up here to 95.95 level. We talked about that in the session during Friday live, so it did hit every level that we called for. The fact that we broke down and cleared out the sell stops here, came back to an area of old institutional order flow, and we had a very strong rejection. We have clean highs up here we have to be contending with going into this week. Now, for the U.S., Monday is going to be a lackluster event. It's Labor Day holiday. A lot of money still on the sidelines, so bear that in mind. We will not be taking any trading. We will not be having any live session on Monday, September 5th, 2016. You will be getting a pre-recorded presentation, but it won't be in the capacity of live. Okay, so don't expect any kind of tweets of any great deal of magnitude during Monday. I may give you a couple ideas to monitor and study, but nothing earth-shattering just for Monday. We'll be head into it on Tuesday. Now, because of what we saw on non-farm payroll Friday, it came down and aggressively cleared out the sell stops. Now the other end of the spectrum, buy stops above these highs are now in target for going into this week. So what does that mean? We're looking for a bullish dollar. Okay, looking for 96.25 to 96.50 on the upside. So if we lose the body of this candle in here, okay, coming in at 95.50 roughly, 95. If we lose 95.50, we will have to revisit the idea of coming down and closing this range. Now, I don't see it based on what we saw on non-farm payroll price action, but as it is right now, the indication is we'll probably see a willingness to want to run up to 96.25 to 96.50 to clear out the liquidity above this area. Again, relative to the daily chart, that would set up a movement for potentially clearing out these equal highs up here. So that's one thing we're going to be watching for. Now, if we see this materialize in price, we're most likely going to see a run on liquidity at 96. Let's see what that is. 96.50. So we're looking for 96.50 to clear out the equal highs here. And it's, if we run through that, we may end up getting up into the bearish order block seen here at 96.80. So 96.80 is a potential upside for the week on dollar. That spells further weakness initially going into the first half of the week, which could be the entire week. It could be a lackluster case. So we're looking for a potential bullish dollar going into this week, but it could be a lackluster week entirely because it is a short financial week for the U.S. No real activity on Monday. Doesn't mean that the markets won't be trading around in their other time zones, but there's a lot of dollars on the sideline for Monday, and because of it being the last holiday in the States for summer, there may be an extended vacation mentality going into the equities and financial markets, and that may be manifest in obviously what we see in the currencies. But as it is, looking for upside, like I said, to 96.50 to 96.80 potential area, which spells potential weakness for British pound. We saw clear out these equal highs in here. We may come back down into this range. Pay attention to the candle here. We're going to be watching 131.36. If we lose a lot of ground on cable, 131.36, or basically 130.140 Yeah, 131.40 downside. It's something we have to be monitoring going into this week. If cable decides to buck the trend and still explode on the upside, we still are watching this area as well. So we may get some rebellious price action in cable because there's a lot of stops resting in here. And we may end up seeing just the dollar consolidating this week. That might be another condition, but we'll have to pay attention to what we see going in Monday and what we see setting up on Tuesday. So there will be a Tuesday 1 a.m. Session for London, but that'll be the first live session for the week. We will be looking for Euro, much in the same way we saw on the dollar this week. We are expecting this range in here to close in. Go back up in this bearish order block. It just fell short of the bearish order block, but did close in the liquidity void in here and rejected, went lower. We have to contend this down candle right in here. So if we are going to see a bullish dollar, that's probably going to be manifesting a lower run on liquidity on this low here and back into this bullish order block. Okay, so be mindful of that. We may be seeing some range expansion on the downside, clear out the levels down in here, looking at the bodies of the candle, not the wicks. We may jump down through that, close in that area, and ultimately trade back into the bullish order block seen at 110.45 to 110.50 on the downside. So we will be looking for weaker prices in euro dollar and cable, British pound USD, and higher prices on the dollar initially in the first half of the week. Obviously that can change with the Monday's trading. We'll have to see what is given up in terms of price action, but I will update you throughout the day if there's anything earth-shattering. And that is about it. Not much to go on yet. We're going to have to wait and see what Monday leaves for us going into Tuesday's London Open. Real quick, I want to give you a heads up about the forum. Okay, everyone should have their username and password set up. You do that by yourself. You go into the forum link that's on the Twitter feed. It's pinned to my profile. And once you do that, you're going to set up your username. You make that username yourself and your password. And there's only a couple of you left that need to do that, but you need to do it now because all the links for the videos will be posted on the forum. Going into the news section. Okay, obviously we put the risk disclosure up in the terms of use. The ICT mentorship month September, that's where you're going to be clicking while we're in the month of September. Every day I add a new recording or presentation and or charts. Okay, so every single day you need to go back into this folder and it's going to have the recording. It's going to have any notes that need to be kept for your record keeping and your note-taking purposes, and anything that needs to be remembered about that specific day in price action. That's what you'll be focusing on and where you'll find it. Okay, everyone's asking where's the links at, where's all this. Everything that has to do with the teachings as well. You get 2 weekly teachings. Now the delivery on the teachings are going to be always on a Saturday. That means it gives me the entire week to give me time to produce the video with a great deal of notes and screen captures inside of the presentations, which will allow me to keep them about 15 to 20 minutes in duration. So you're going to have 2 of them per week. They are delivered to you and on a link in this folder. Okay, again, going back out to the categories, this is the first page you see when you sign into the forum. You're going to go to news. Okay, up in this section, no one can post anything in these folders. Okay, all these threads are mine. No one can post in them. Okay, so when we create a new month, there'll be an ICT mentorship month, October 2016, starting in October. And every time we start a new month, there'll be a new thread. Every single recording, every single teaching, every single PDF file link will be in their respective month delivery. Okay, so everything, you're going to have 8 teachings with PDF files and videos in September. And the first 2 will be delivered this coming Saturday. Okay. You'll also have every single day there'll be an installment of video, either a live session that was recorded or a pre-recorded session for your consideration. Okay, sometimes I won't have a live session. I'll be able to do a pre-recorded session about what session price action may manifest itself, and we'll be able to share that link through this forum. So this is where you're going to be finding all the information. There's only one place you need to go. for this. Now, every single time I do an installment, okay, there will be this link here. So there will be the date up here, the focus, what it was dealing with that specific day, and the kill zone that what we're focusing on. The video presentation that was recorded or pre-recorded will be here. And then member feedback thread here, September question area. If you click on that, it's going to take you to the area where you can ask me questions. Okay, everything that's specific to those individual teachings by date. If you give me a question, okay, make sure you include the time of the video, where it's at, and it helps me really quickly go in and find the information and to give you a response. As you can see here, very decent way of going into it. 8 minutes 15 seconds time mark. It gives me a place to go right into the video, and I can get to your answer quickly. There's a lot of you asking lots of questions, not in the forum. You're asking through the direct message on Twitter. Try to keep that just for accounting purposes only. If you're shy, no one knows who you are in the forum. Okay, let's focus there. Keep the questions you're asking sometimes in the direct message are actually really good questions, and I can answer them and be able to serve the entire community better instead of just giving you your response in a private fashion. So use the direct message only for accounting purposes. If you lose access to Twitter, obviously do it in email. Send me an email to innercircletrader@gmail.com, and I'll get you right back into the Twitter feed group. Just stay away from my profile so you don't hit that unfollow button, because it'll cause a delay in you getting your information. Last bit of business, we will be very active this week in Twitter, so please make sure that your Twitter account has notifications activated. That way it'll come to you by SMS. It'll be like a text message on your phone or a device. If you do not have access to that, you're going to get a delay, and the delay is going to be when you subscribe and click into the Twitter feed. Then you'll find all the links, and you'll ask me, why didn't I get a heads up about this? It's not me doing it. It's that you have not done the notification toggle on Twitter. So just go into Twitter, ask someone that's familiar with Twitter if you don't know what you're doing, or Google it, and it'll tell you how to set up the notifications. So that way, anytime I send out a tweet to you, you will know exactly when it's happening, and you can start right from there. Okay, and there's Bella in the background saying hello. And I'm going to bid you well, and I will get back with you tomorrow afternoon through Twitter.